Everybody, it's JetsCentral coming back with some New York Jets news. Nothing crazy, no like mega trade or anything like that, but just a small little report came out earlier on in the day saying that the New York Jets are going to be interested in trying to sign defensive end, edge rusher, outside linebacker Dante Fowler. Really, I mean, he's so versatile, Leo, Elephant, whatever you want to call him. Really versatile, can fit in a whole bunch of different base systems, 3-4, 4-3, 3-3-5, whatever. Really versatile player. Former 3rd overall pick out of UF. And this is a guy, I feel like he's been linked to the New York Jets for so long. Dating back to 2015, when this guy came out, Mike McCagnon wanted him. He wanted him at 6. He was going to be the pick at 6. There was so much buzz surrounding the Jets and Fowler, but he got picked 3rd. Right? And then Leonard Williams, the best player in the draft, fell to the Jets at spot number 6, so they snagged him up. And Fowler went to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't want to go as far as to say Fowler has been a bust, because he's not, right? He's not a bust, but he's been on 2 different teams in his rookie contract, Jaguars, LA Rams. His best trait coming out of college was pass rushing. Granted, that wasn't the only thing that he was good at, but that was his, like, you know, his premier thing. That was his biggest strength, and he hasn't really done that at an effective, efficient level at the, you know, at the next level. I think his best season overall was back in 2017 when he recorded like 7 or 8 sacks. Granted, it wasn't in a limited role, but then you can, you know, push back and say, why is the guy in a limited role anyway if he's a 3rd overall pick? He was pushed down the depth chart, you know, by specifically Yannick Ngakoue. And he has actually had some off-the-field troubles with dealing with teammates and whatnot. And he had that one incident at like a grocery store. Bottom line is that Dante Fowler is a guy with a really high ceiling, a ton of potential, but hasn't really put it all together, right, at the next level. He has all the tools to be successful, to be a great pass rusher in this league, but the production just isn't there, okay? He's coming off a season with 4 overall sacks with 2 different teams, Jaguars, Rams. It's just not what you want in the 3rd overall pick. It's just not there. And I love Fowler, right? I want him to have success wherever he goes because I like him. But it's just coming off a season with 4 sacks, if the New York Jets were to go out and sign this guy, yes, he is versatile, and yes, he plays aggressive and violent. That's something that Greg Williams looks for, right? Versatile players that can do a bunch of different things, that play in attack mode at all times. So Fowler does check those boxes. McCagnon loves this guy because we actually tried to trade for this guy back really, you know, last season before the season started. We offered Teddy Bridgewater, or there was rumors that there could have been, you know, Bridgewater for Fowler. You know, we saw that you know, a bunch of those headlines, and then we also saw once we traded Bridgewater, once we got that 3rd round pick back for him, even before the season and at the trade deadline, the Jets and the Jags, they were trying to make something happen. It just didn't really, you know, come to fruition. Long story short, the Jaguars ended up trading Fowler to the Rams, whereas the Jets kind of got, you know, left at the altar a little bit. So we have an opportunity to sign this guy now. Free agent. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent. The LA Rams do, in fact, want him back, which is actually a weird little trend with the Rams. They tend to just give up all their picks to trade for players, and they don't really plan long term. It doesn't really seem to matter to them, like what their long-term or their contract situations are. If they just want these guys in the building. But all in all, Fowler's a guy who I like. I'm just a little hesitant on. I would be I'd be lying to say, you know, if I told you guys that I'd be really pumped up if we signed this guy on a massive mega deal, okay? And granted, he's not going to get some $100 million contract. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that I have a feeling that Dante Fowler might command a lot more money than what he's actually worth, because you're betting, probably his camp as well, they're betting on his draft selection, they're betting on his athletic ability, his versatility, his overall ceiling, as opposed to his production, right? His potential, not his production. So if the Jets were to go out and sign this guy, I'd be pretty pumped up, and of course I'd support the move. But if we sign him to a big money deal, I would be a little hesitant on doing that. I'd pump the brakes and say, hold on just a second, is this the smartest move to invest a ton of money into a guy that hasn't really shown a lot at the next level? So I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts on Dante Fowler possibly signing with the New York Jets. And granted, you know, the Rams want him, the Niners want him as well. That was another team that was included in that report as well. So let me know your thoughts, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and go Jets.